It's time
See?
for the High
See?
Hopes
And
Jackie
he-
Baseball Report.
Just to be
Joining me right
clear.
now is Jackie Baseball. Fritz.
Here's Jackie Baseball.
To be clear,
What happened?
He's ripping me for saying I'm just into a groove, and he's
Right.
like, it's no big deal. Meanwhile, it's his segment.
Yeah,
and
he fumbled it completely.
Yeah, it's just unbelievable.
So anyway,
Are you locked in there?
I actually am pretty locked in. I'm gonna be completely honest
Do you
with
want
you.
one of my little brain drinks?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm
All
good.
right.
I'm
All
good.
right.
I'm good.
All right.
But I'm good.
Okay.
I moved the bros thing in there.
All right. Well, get to the thing.
Yeah.
All right, so
Yeah.
according to Buster Olney,
Yeah.
he thinks that it's inevitable that the Mets will end up with either Ranger Suarez or Framber Valdez. So Ranger obviously still out there.
Yeah.
Seems like the only two teams in on them are the Orioles and Mets. The Mets need a starting pitcher. I actually think it's either one of them's going to be in the Orioles or one of them's going to be on the Mets. So,
Those two guys.
Yeah,
Whichever
Framber.
one goes,
Yeah.
the other one goes the other place.
Let me, and I understand, given his how much money we already have committed to the pitching staff, and given his sort of like metrics as he throws less hard every year and the injury issues, I understand not giving Ranger a big contract. I will promise you this: Ranger in some friggin' playoff game against the Mets, if he's on the Mets, is going to dominate us. I cannot handle him being on the Mets. Ranger would really bother me on the Mets. I'd much rather see Ranger on the Orioles.
Well, I would rather, all
yeah.
things
Because I can
considered.
root for him on the Orioles.
Yeah, but honestly, so I hear you. I'd be more worried about Framber going to the Mets than Ranger. So,
Well, but I don't care about.
but I care about the Phillies.
Right.
So while I hear you, I would rather than them end up with Ranger than Framber. And I love Ranger, but I'm not losing sleep at night because Ranger Suarez is a Met. Now, if they happen to face him in the postseason, the Mets go on a run, and we know what Ranger can do in the postseason. We understand all that. But, I mean, Framber also has won a World Series. So it's not like he's not been a big game pitcher, and he's shoved against the Phillies. Remember him? He was touching all the hair, and people thought he was cheating against the Phillies.
I don't remember it. No.
Because you weren't here
Okay.
during that time. But I remember we did a whole day of, like, was Framber Valdez cheating against the Phillies? So it would be a bummer, obviously. But
Ranger doesn't feel like a Mets guy unless the money's low.
He feels like an Oriole.
Yeah.
Like Framber feels like a Met.
Stearns doesn't feel like, I'm going to go give this left-hander $100 million who's thrown 90. He was throwing 94 3 years ago.
Yeah, I don't. We'll see. I think that Framber's more of a Met than Ranger.
All right.
So, but still.
I don't want to see Ranger on
I don't either.
No, it'd be a bummer.
Yeah.
It'd be a bummer.
I felt the same way about Schwarber going there.
Yeah.
I'm like, if he goes somewhere else, all right, we don't want to see him with the Mets.
Yeah, but I would have been mad if he went there because I thought he would be turning his back on the Phillies.
You've been mad at Schwarber, yeah.
Ranger, I wouldn't necessarily, because the Phillies weren't going to re-sign Ranger,
Right.
Unless his market collapsed and they gave him like a 1-year deal.
One of those two guys is a playoff riser and one is not.
Yeah, well, Schwarber's the third most postseason home runs in the history of baseball.
Oh, right. Yeah. When did they come? 100 years ago?
Well,
Yeah.
some came in 2022.
Okay.
Some came in 23.
It's
None in 24, and 2 in 25
in the same game.
in the same game,
Yeah. He had one hit.
and led off the game 4 with a double.
Yes.
People forget that.
Okay. They do forget that.
Not lead off, sorry.
Yeah.
He was
Yes.
batting second.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm glad we cleared that up. Also, from Matt Gelb
Yes.
on the JT Realmuto
Yes.
negotiations. So he puts it this way. He says that this is two stubborn parties exercising their rights to be stubborn. And I think he's going back to the winter of 24 or the winter when he's heading into arbitration and the Phillies kind of stiffed him in a way. No need to cut that. I'm just saying that JT said no hard feelings when they brought him to arbitration, and it's something that players sometimes get offended by when they offer you something lower than what you feel worth. So they think maybe JT is using that now. And he also wrote that JT wants more than the Phillies have offered. The club is believed to have discussed various multi-year scenarios with the catcher. As one of the most decorated catchers in the sport, Realmuto commands a level of respect.
He's going to end up a Philly because there's nowhere else for him to go and there's nothing else for them to do. There's no way he's not going to end up a Philly. I think it's 100% chance.
Yeah. I mean, unless there's another team out there that wants JT, he clearly is hope. Is he hoping another team jumps up and offer him what he's looking for, or is he hoping the Phillies just do it?
My position is he's just hoping the Phillies. I've not heard one rumor about JT going to another team.
Yeah, I mean the Red Sox have been kind of in there, but
Right.
that's really died down. Like maybe just waiting for one team to get in and make the Phillies sweat a little bit. I'm a little surprised because there's been a lot of theories that the Bichette stuff was put out there to put pressure on JT. I thought maybe, okay, well, JT's camp's going to put out he's looking here, and that makes the Phillies have to feel like they have to blink. But it kind of feels like we're just in a staring match.
It's just one of those things where each side thinks the other side has no other options, and they're both right. So they just stare at each other until they both realize they have no other options. And if it's really the arbitration thing, grow up. That's what arbitration is.
And they made him the highest paid catcher in baseball history.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I know that arbitration's annoying. I get it. But you still holding a grudge against the team because of that after they made you the highest paid catcher in baseball is a smidge annoying.
So there's a chance we could have a begrudgingly re-sign JT Realmuto.
Possibly.
Because he's not going to re-sign on a deal that he wants. It's going to be him caving to what the Phillies offered.
Yeah.
You think that's what happened? Or do you think the Phillies cave? I don't know.
I think they'll meet in the middle.
Because here's what I think. I think the Phillies most certainly need JT Realmuto, and they know it.
But I think also JT needs the Phillies.
Yeah, but I agree with Ike in that I believe that the Phillies will blink.
They would cave before
I think they'll
JT
blink
does.
before
Because
JT
they
does.
don't have conviction in themselves to go
Yes.
find something new
Yes.
and find something else. I understand it. I just think there's so much more fun other scenarios rather than bringing back JT.
The problem is that the fun other scenario is paying a guy $30 million in Bo Bichette and then finding whatever your catching situation is. And JT doesn't make $30 million. He makes $15 million.
I know.
So,
But then we can get off, boom.
Yeah.
And then we can start, with the wheels in motion here a little bit rather than, we're just going to bring back JT. Bohm's going to hit 4. Adolis is going to bat 5. And let's roll it out there and see how it goes.
at least.
So, now,
I don't know that. I don't know about that.
so Bichette in the lineup, replace Bohm. You got Marshawn as your catcher?
Well, or they sign, so they could sign Victor Caratini, who is
Who the hell is that?
So he's been mostly a journeyman type catcher. Last year, him and JT had very similar numbers, and he's a couple years younger. Will cost way less, and pitchers love throwing to him. So.
Sign me up!
There's also trade scenarios. Gelb laid out Ryan Jeffers, who is of the Twins, hit 25 home runs last year, is a right-handed bat. I don't know what he is defensively. Obviously, we know the value JT brings from that scenario. Ivan Herrera is a catcher on the Cardinals. They have 1 million catchers. Maybe they can get into that market in a trade. So, but now, do they provide what he provides defensively? Probably not. I think Caratini would. Herrera and Jeffers are bat-first catchers.
I guess I'm just wondering, does losing JT and adding Bichette, because you're losing JT and Bohm, are the Phillies, does it still make them better? Are they in a better position? I know Bichette is younger, so moving forward, you look good with him. I'm just wondering what it does to the team for next year.
I just JT had a couple of good runs this year. He's still a 704 OPS, hit 16 home runs guy.
So you wouldn't miss him.
I just think they could replace that.
Yeah.
A lot easier than they could find another Bo Bichette somewhere. That would be my guess.